everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and it is day 7 of Scraptember. Today's prompt is hoarding. So I am using Cocoa Vanilla Studio Unforgettable Collection. Now, I hoard Cocoa Vanilla Studio. Find me someone who doesn't, in all honesty. But this is Unforgettable, released in 2019. And so, yeah, I have a heap of it I've got a heap left because I have a lot of Cocoa Vanilla Studio because I love it. And I do use it. I just keep buying it. So, if there's sales or often if I see, somewhere's got papers or, the odd bits and pieces, I often pick it up and then I just keep adding to my collection. Does that make sense? Anyway, I have a lot of it. I hoard Cocoa Vanilla Studio. Absolutely not going to apologise for that. This is part of my Keep or Purge series, obviously, but let's be honest, we already know I'm very unlikely to get rid of any Cocoa Vanilla Studio. So, spoiler alert, not getting rid of this one. This is definitely a keep. This is a layout of photos, or 2 photos of Danny and I at a friend's wedding last year. I love these photos. We don't get a lot of photos taken together. And the second photo, the kind of one that's underneath the sort of more close-up selfie of Danny and I, is a photo of a photo. So our friends had Polaroids at their wedding and, they wanted us all to take photos and put it up on the photo board. And I really liked the Polaroid that was taken of Danny and I. But, of course, I wasn't going to keep it because it wasn't for me. And so I just took a photo of a photo. So, look, it's not the best, but it's cute and I wanted to include it on the page. So I did. I fussy cut out all of these butterflies. The very large ones, I think there's 4 large ones. They're actually from one of the 12 by 12 papers, but the cut aparts from those papers, if that makes sense. And then the kind of middle-sized butterflies is from a full 12 by 12 sheet. And then the smaller sized butterflies are from the the A3 paper stack. So I fussy cut all of those. And then I used the wreath pattern paper. So that was a pre-made background. And then I'm just kind of creating my layout on top of it. So it's a very simple layout as far as, use of supplies. A pattern paper background was already made for me. The wreath, I'm just adding the butterflies. It does look busy, but I'm okay with that. It's cute. I like it. I'm popping some things up on foam. I'm sticking some things down flat. I'm just generally kind of having a good time playing with this. So, just a reminder, it's been a week now for Scraptember, but if this is the first video that you're seeing, in the description box down below, there will be a link to the playlist. So, this is a series that we've been running for many, many years. So, there should be a fair few people playing along, hopefully. And they will all be, their videos will all be in the playlist link down below. So definitely go and check that out. We do have a Facebook group. You are welcome to come and hang out with us. It is not a particularly active Facebook group. So, there's not a lot of things that happen in there throughout the year other than during Scraptember. So obviously it's quite busy during Scraptember. Everyone's posting their layouts based on their prompts. And so, yeah, all of that information will be in the link in the description box. So feel free to come check us out if you like. Not much else to tell you other than I'm just sticking things down. How are you? Let me know. Maybe tell me about a recent scrapbooking collection you've been loving. I have not purchased anything probably all of this year, I don't think, scrapbook related. I'm just not doing enough scrapbooking to warrant buying new supplies just yet, or certainly not new collections at any rate. I will need some more white paper at some point, but I'm actually working through all of the papers that I purged, so all the ones that had a white background, like the single-sided pattern papers, I'm working my way through those to create my layouts at the moment, or to map my photos in and stuff. But I am going to need some more 12 by 12 white cardstock soon. So yeah, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. What else to tell you? Yeah, as I said, I'm just sticking everything down. Honestly, that's all I'm doing. So I would love to hear, as I said, what have you bought recently that you're loving? Is there anything that's kind of really wow, different from the norm? I know Cocoa Vanilla Studio, at the time of me recording this, which is kind of late-ish in July, they've just released a sneak peek of their new collection. So I'm very excited about that. Zoe had a bit of a break. Tariffs, whatnot with the US, just working through that. For those of you that don't know, Cocoa Vanilla Studio is an Australian company. So Zoe was working through, I believe, how to still service her American customer base. So what else to tell you? Nothing else has been happening for me. I've been working a lot. I now work full time. Lincoln has started school this year and he's loving it. Addison's 3, so she's in daycare. She'll do kinder next year. So, everything's just chugging along for us, really. Lincoln's loving prep. We're just getting used to that kind of routine of one at school, one at daycare. Both Danny and I work full time. So, it is a bit of a juggle. But yeah, we're really kind of, I don't know, it's working at the moment. Although I don't get any scrapping time, but that's okay. So I've gone with a super simple title. It just says you and me. I'm actually trying to use up these stickers. So it was about all I could spell and I had to doctor the E. So you may or may not notice it might be a little bit small on the screen, but the E is actually an F and I've added an extra little bit. How to make the most of your stickers. Now I'm just going to add some hearts and then I'm actually going to come in with the clear sticker sheet and add a few more hearts as well. I kind of wasn't going to, but these hearts were just sort of floating around on my desk and I thought, why not? Let's stick them to the page. And then I'm going to, as I said, find the clear stickers. And I find these a bit tricky to use. So I thought, you know what, let's just stick all the hearts on the page. And I did, but it does take me a few minutes. I didn't edit anything out of this process, by the way. So everything is kind of left in terms of me sticking everything down. Sometimes I'll cut that out, but this was very quick to film. You've heard me say this probably with all of my videos so far, but I kind of, the way that I have to scrapbook at the moment in terms of the time that I have, I pre-prepare all of my layouts. So by the time I get to the filming stage, I already have usually, not always, but usually have a fair idea of what I'm already doing. That's why it doesn't take me very long to film. So this layout took me 14 minutes to film, but I had already planned it all. So, there were no real surprises. So here it is. Here's the close-up of my final layout. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you're playing along for Scraptember and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks guys. Bye.